What's up, everyone? I'm Jay, and today we'll be looking at Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and judging it on a 5-star, 10-star, and...
Hey, are you okay?
Yeah. Just, I finished Power Rangers. All of it.
Really? How long is it?
Only a little over 48 hours. I have spent 2 full days worth of my life sitting in front of Power Rangers. 2 full days.
I feel so bad for you. I'm so sorry. Well, you're done now. At least you never have to go back to it. Are you gonna finish your opening and talk about it?
Yeah, I guess so. Was I on the 5,000 point part? Is that where I was?
Yes you are.
Okay. And 5,000 point scale. Let's get right into it. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is a superhero TV show that was originally aired in 1993. It is adapted from, I'm gonna butcher this, Kyoryu Sentai Zeiranga, sorry, the 16th installment of the Japanese Super Sentai series, and even goes so far as to reuse footage from the first season. There are 3 seasons amounting to 48 hours or 2 days of content, and I watched all of it. The show focuses on the 6 Power Rangers, brave high schoolers who are tasked with protecting the world from the evil Rita Repulsa, and Lord Zed, and Master Vile. The original Power Rangers are Jason, Zach, Trini, Kimberly, and Billy. By episode 20, they're joined by Tommy. Episode 27 of season 2 sees Zach, Trini, and Jason replaced by Adam, Aisha, and Rocky, respectively. And finally, Kimberly is replaced by Catherine in the last 10 episodes of season 3. Almost every episode centers on the Power Rangers fighting some silly monster, defeating it, watching it grow to much larger size, summoning their product placement, Zords, and defeating the monster again. There are some threatening candles, person lipstick monsters, 2 cases of time travel, multiple evil rangers, a brick wall defeated with the power of pollution, and a lot more. All culminating in the Rangers being turned into children and defeated. Not kidding, that's just how the show ends. Power Rangers, all things considered, is a pretty enjoyable show, for about 10 episodes. Now imagine watching 14 times that with nearly the same plot every time. It gets really tiring, but there are some things to appreciate in moderation. I give 200 points for watch value. You cannot make me watch all of Power Rangers again. I won't do it, I just don't want to. I might watch 1 episode with a friend and laugh at how stupid it is, but I am done with this show. No reruns. I give 0 points for rewatch value. Time to dive into the analysis portion. I can promise that it's not all bad. The writing for Power Rangers is fairly standard. Have a real world problem? Turn it into a monster and then fight the monster with martial arts. Once you've beaten it normally, beat it again with highly marketable action figures, and save the day with a brief callback to the original social issue. And let's not forget to make a joke at Bulk and Skull's expense. I don't have a problem with this writing, especially when designed around existing footage and created for young children, but it definitely gets old. Very quickly. However, I have to applaud them for continuing to come up with new material and also having some pretty aware topics in some of the episodes. It's not Phineas and Ferb levels of creativity, but they put in a good effort. What really bugs me is the character competence. The Rangers have access to all of these cool weapons, including guns at all times, and use each one only a handful of times. There's nearly no consistency from episode to episode in what the Rangers are capable of. Here's them struggling to fight putties as trained adults, and here's them easily defeating them by accident as children 1 episode later. Not to mention that the Rangers are content to let Rita and her cronies continue to attack Earth while they defend it. From a practical standpoint, Rita has the power to create life whenever she wants, while the Rangers have a frequently finite amount of power, and yet they never attempt to stop the problem at its source. Not once do they take the initiative to take out Rita instead of waiting passively for her to send down monsters that will eventually overwhelm them. I give 300 points for writing and plot. The actors are good. Most of them seem to be extremely physically capable, and so you get to see them doing a lot of their own stunt work. Their movement is dynamic, and we can't forget that a lot of the scenes are overdubbed from Super Sentai. In terms of casting, it should be noted that all the characters are supposed to be high school age, 16 to 18, but their actors are all over 20. My favorite ranger was Billy, played by David Yost, both because I liked the color blue and because he did an excellent job acting. It was amusing to watch him go from nerdy glasses wearing ranger to the buff veteran one, and props to the actors who had to perform in all of the crazy monster costumes. I give 700 points for acting and voice. This is a hard category to judge. On the one hand, there are so many continuity errors. Scenes changing mid-fight, less than high quality energy effects, not the best matching of mouth movement and voice. There's one specific example where the Power Rangers are captured in a photo and then it cuts to a commercial. And when you come back from the commercial, the photo is a different photo. Why couldn't they just leave the same photo on screen? However, on the other hand, the costumes are amazing, and more often than not, what I assume are squibs are excellently placed. It seems that they tried to use more and more digital effects in later seasons, which weren't as good looking, but the costumes and camera positioning remained fairly well done throughout. I give 500 points for effects and set. This means that I give the Defenders of Angel Grove 1.7 out of 5, 3.4 out of 10, and 1700 points. Well, I finished it. I watched all of the pop culture phenomenon that is Power Rangers. Let's see, what stuff stood out to me. First off, the fights. They were actually pretty good. There were some parts that looked weird for various reasons, but in general, they had decent action. It was especially impressive to see the big costumes fighting. They were well constructed and looked good. The design of Power Rangers is on point. I thought that there was a slight increase in story quality in Season 3. They started including credit scenes that were enjoyable, and in addition, Bulk and Skull got jobs, which really made them better characters. There were a couple of moments where the audio cut out throughout the seasons, which was a bit weird, but that's all I've got in general. Until next time, enjoy entertainment and judge it fairly. This has been Just J Review.